welcome to the Say Yes to What's Next podcast, where embracing change can ignite a world of possibilities.
Hey now, I'm your host Elise Ancel, and welcome back to this week's episode, Countdown to Your Turnaround. So let's get into it. Lately, I've been sitting in this waiting space, feeling the pull between expectation and unease, knowing something is shifting, yet still navigating the uncertainty of how it will all unfold. The clock is ticking. I can feel the shift happening, the momentum building, yet the details remain just out of reach. It's a strange space to be in, one foot still in the now, the other already stepping into what's next. I know I'm being positioned closer to the place that's being prepared for me, but as of today, the blueprint of how it will all unfold is still blank. And I won't pretend it isn't intimidating. The resources I once leaned on, no longer there. The traction I expected to see by now still hasn't fully materialized. But even in the uncertainty, there's an undeniable assurance. When it's time, I will have exactly what I need. So if the doors here are closing, that only means there's something ahead with more than enough to meet the need. And I'm ready for it, suited, booted, and positioned to receive my next set of instructions. Yet there's this tension, the reality of still being in between. The call to prepare is strong, but I haven't fully crossed over yet. It's that delicate balance of closing out what's behind while making space for what's ahead. How do you plan when you're straddling two places, knowing that where you are hasn't fully ended, but sensing that what's next is closer than ever? There's something about standing at the edge of change that makes you feel both excited and unsettled at the same time. It's like being at the starting line of a race you're preparing for, but the official signal to go hasn't been given yet. You know you're supposed to be moving forward, but you also are trying to pace yourself because the course isn't fully visible. And that in-between space, it can play with your emotions. One moment you feel strong and assured, ready to walk into your next chapter with confidence. Then in the next breath, uncertainty whispers, what if it doesn't work out? But here's what I've learned. The unknown isn't the enemy. Just because I don't see how everything is going to unfold doesn't mean it won't. Some things are being worked out behind the scenes, beyond my line of sight, but that doesn't mean movement isn't happening. So instead of stressing over the details, I'm shifting my focus to the preparation, because preparation is a sign of expectation. If I truly believe that my turnaround is coming, then my actions should reflect that belief. In that moment, I began to think about how to be better prepared, especially when faced with less than ideal circumstances and you're unsure of how things will actually play out. First, stay in position, because even though the resources you once depended on are no longer there, don't panic. No, instead be intentional about staying in position, holding on to the fact that just because things look scarce now doesn't mean lack is your final outcome. Next is to stay open to new opportunities. Sometimes what we expect isn't what actually happens, but that doesn't mean it's a loss. It just means there's a different way forward that we may not have considered. And finally, keep moving, even in uncertainty. Just because you don't see immediate traction doesn't mean there's no progress. Some shifts happen internally first before they show up externally. So keep preparing, keep showing up, and keep making room for what's ahead. Because if you truly believe you're stepping into a prepared place, then you can trust that everything you need will be waiting for you once you arrive. So think about a time when you were in transition, when you sensed something bigger was ahead, but the pieces hadn't fallen into place yet. How did you feel in that waiting space? Were you anxious, excited, or a little bit of both? Did you struggle with doubts, wondering if you'd have what you needed when the time came? Or did you find moments of peace, trusting the unseen was still working in your favor? Have you ever been in a place where you knew change was coming, but didn't have a clear picture of what that was like? Looking back, can you see how things were aligning even when it didn't feel like it at the time? And so I ask you, if you're in a season of transition right now, what small steps can you take today to prepare for what's ahead, even if you don't have all the answers? So as we wrap up this episode, I'd like to remind you that sometimes the final stretch before a breakthrough can feel the most uncertain. It's that quiet before the reveal, the moment before the doors fully open. But just because you don't see the full picture yet, doesn't mean the pieces aren't coming together. You're not being set up for failure. You're being positioned for fulfillment. So don't let the lack of details make you doubt the promise. Keep preparing, keep expecting, keep moving forward with confidence, because when the moment arrives, you won't just step into it, you'll be ready for it. Until the next time. Thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next episode of Say Yes to What's Next. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Until the next time.